So Tony, tell me about the company MicroStrategy.
Okay, now there is a company that used to be called MicroStrategy. One of the founder owners of it is Michael Saylor, who's very famous in the Bitcoin world. Now his company formed with a partner. Its main trade before becoming a Bitcoin treasury company was that of cloud-based enterprise analytics software and mobile software to help businesses analyze data, create reports and make data-driven decisions. The company has changed in the last few years. It's become the largest corporate owner of Bitcoin in the world, with its strategy aiming to serve as both a software provider and a Bitcoin treasury company. What Michael Saylor has been very clever at doing is coming up with lots of different strategies to raise money for the company to then reinvest it all into Bitcoin. So he started off with issuing bonds or debt, which is a form of interest-paying security that companies can issue. He's had different types of debt. He's had ordinary corporate debt. He's had also something called perpetual preferreds, which means that these are a form of interest-paying security. We call it preference shares in the UK, but in the US it's preferreds, which means that you hold them in perpetuity, hold them forever. They don't ever have to repay them, but they do have to pay interest on it. But interest typically is 5% a year, maybe up to 10%. So that's the amount of money that they have to pay on the borrowing strategy. But when you bear in mind that Bitcoin has been growing since 2009 at more than 100% a year, if that were to continue, you could argue it's a genius move, borrowing money at 5 to 10% and getting returns of 100% back. But of course, as we all know, there's nothing guaranteed in life. There's not guaranteed to carry on at that rate. So that's the company strategy. Now they're now known as. Very little of their revenue comes from their original purpose as an IT company. Very little of their revenue is virtually all invested in Bitcoin. And now they own something like 10% of all Bitcoin in the world. And when you think that Bitcoin is got a current capital value of the whole of Bitcoin in the world of 2.2 trillion, that's a heck of a lot of money they've got already. Unfortunately, it's been so successful, the strategy, the share price has risen so much in value, it's far exceeded the return on Bitcoin the last few years. But the problem is the value of the shares is now 3 times the value of the Bitcoin they own, and Bitcoin's virtually the only asset they own. So it's got it's called a premium to net assets of 200%. In my mind, that is very, very high. Personally, I wouldn't invest in the company with this kind of overvaluation